Hey friends, happy Wednesday. It's Mr. Ben here, and I'm going to show you how to do your writing lesson for today. Um, what we're working on today is expanding on a small moment that we thought of. I'll have another video that shows you how to get to this work. If you're looking at the slide that I'm showing you right now, this is something we did a few weeks ago. You thought of those small seed moments that go with a big topic. Um, Today, we're going to look at that seed you thought of and think of even more details that are going to help us tell this short story that we're thinking of. And that's the story of the small moment that you've come up with. So, if you've made it to this screen, great job. If you're unsure how to get there, there's another video in your Google slideshow today that is how to get to your work. Watch that video and it'll show you how to get back to this slide. Okay? So if we look over on the left here, you'll notice that there's a new slide. You'll have uh, two slides. I have three because we're going to continue on this later, but you will have two. Um, the second slide, if you click on that, this is the work for today. Um, this is what I'm going to have you work in, and you might look at this and be like, oh my gosh, Mr. Ben, there's so much on this screen. There is quite a bit. Everything on here has a reason. It's there to help you and guide you. Okay? So if we look over, let's look over where it says directions. Um, so the first thing we want to do is add one of your small moments from your first slide into the box on top. So here's the box on top. We're going to have to go back to our first slide and we have to choose. I have one, two, three, four small moments that I came up with the last time we worked in this. So I'm going to go with my first one. It's a small moment about going for a walk outside. It says, last weekend, Jamie and I went for a walk at the pond near our house and saw a muskrat. So I can either copy and paste or I could just type that into my next slide. I am going to highlight it and then I'm going to click copy. Then I'll go over to this one. I'm going to delete everything from this box and do paste. Now, if you're unsure how to copy and paste, just type it again, okay? Just type it one more time into this box. So this is what we're going to be thinking about today. All I want to think about is this specific moment when, or this small little piece of my day when Jamie and I went for a walk at the pond near our house and we saw a muskrat. So we want to fill in all of these different details. Who? Who were you with when you did this thing? Was anyone else around? What? What were you doing? When? When did you do it? What day? What time of day? Okay? Where? Where were you? Where did you go? Why? Why were you doing this thing? And how? How is going to be a little different. It's going to be our feelings about that day. How did you feel about that small moment? Was it awesome? Was it eh? Um, but for us, let's start right with who. We'll start at the beginning. So last weekend, Jamie and I went for a walk near a pond. So who was I with? It was me and Jamie. Um, so that we have that from our first sentence. Not a problem. We want to think, did we see anybody else? And while we didn't go on the walk with anyone else, I did see many strangers, people I didn't know, It was a really nice day outside, so I remember that. So I'm going to write that too. We also saw a lot of strangers because it was a nice day outside. Okay. So there we go. We have got even more detail about who was there than just me and Jamie. Because we knew that from up here, but now we have um, um, even more detail to this new slide we have. So if we go to our next box, we have what? What were we doing in our small moment? Well, we were on a walk. So I'm going to write that. We were on a walk. And if I'm really thinking, what else were we doing? Were we just walked and didn't do anything else? Well, we were looking for animals. We walked by a small pond near our house, and we went through the woods and by the pond. So we were looking for animals near a pond and in the woods. What else did we do? We found a muskrat and we took its picture. We found a muskrat and took a picture of it. All right. So we started with that we were just on a walk. That's all we had from the first time we did this activity. But if I really think, we weren't just walking. We were looking at nature and we were looking for animals and birds. Um, and we found a muskrat and then we took its picture. So I would say it was about 2 weeks ago on a Saturday, and it was in the afternoon, so I can say just that. 2 weeks ago on a Saturday afternoon. All right. Okay, so the next thing we want to think about is where were we? And like where did we go on this walk through the woods? So we started at our house actually, and then we walked to one pond. Then we went through some woods over to another. So we started at our house and we walked to Tiedemann's is the name of the pond, Tiedemann's Pond near our house. It's great if you really have specific information like the name of the pond that we walked to or the names of things. You might not have put that in the small moment the first time you thought about it, but if you go back, like what specifically, think of the names of things, think of exactly where you were. Okay, so after we did that, we walked through the woods over to another pond called Stricker's Pond. Walked over to Stricker's Pond. Okay. And then we have the last two. These last ones should go pretty quick. So why? Why were we doing that? We wanted to get out of the house. We'd been cooped up inside. We all had these stay-at-home orders. So it's pretty simple. We needed to get out of the house because we were bored. So why? We needed to get out of the house because we were bored. Okay. And how did you feel about your small moment? You know what? I thought our walk was really cool and I thought it was fun. I thought it was super cool that we saw a muskrat. So that's what I'm going to say. It was really cool and we had fun. Okay? So basically, that's all, friends. We're just thinking of more details for our small moment that you already thought of a few weeks back. Okay? So you already thought of your small moment today. All you're doing is thinking of extra little details you could add to that small moment, things that happened, okay? You're just thinking of all of those little details. Uh, if you're having trouble thinking of, well, what kind of details are you talking about? Up in the corner here, um, I have included my version of this. It has the exact same information that I just typed for you today to give you an idea of what things you might want to add or details you might want to think about. It's very small. So if you go up here to the magnifying glass and click on it, you can come over to the little one in the corner. You can click on that, and then you should be able to read uh, the details that I added to mine. That's just a helper. It gives you an idea. Um, you can see what someone else's looks like. Now, if your screen is zoomed in like this, you're going to want to go to the little arrow next to zoom and click the one that says fit. Okay? And it comes back out. Remember to click back on the pointer, and then you'll be able to click in your boxes again. All right? Good luck, friends. I hope you have a good time thinking about your small moments, thinking about those extra details. If you need any help, please message me or one of the other teachers to help you out with your work today, okay? Good luck, everyone.